Hey, what's up, guys? Or whoever's watching this. I saw an interesting, I saw an interesting topic today. Like, what's the difference between Baltimore and Washington D.C.? And I said, oh yeah, it's amazing the difference. So I got family in both places, but Baltimore and Washington are like only 25 miles apart from each other, but it's like those cities are like night and day. um, let's start with the obvious. Washington D.C. is the nation's capital, so therefore you got the White House. Like everything is in Washington. High profiles. You got the White House. You got NSA. You got FBI. You got all the big junks in there. I mean, it's the nation's capital. You got the Pentagon. That's like the headquarters for the military. So yeah, Washington is uh, a political town, and Washington is more of a high profile town, way more high profile than Baltimore. Baltimore is like a blue collar town. You know, you got Baltimore, you got Dundalk, you got Dundalk, which is like them the that's like on the river. That's where they like bring the cars at. Dundalk got the it's like for the that's where the, like the hardcore white boys at Dundalk. Then you got Baltimore City. You know, you got all the projects in Baltimore, West Baltimore, East Baltimore, Cherry Hill. Uh, yeah, but Dundalk is like where all the like hardcore white dudes at. I used to have my weightlifting contest was being Dundalk. West Baltimore, East Baltimore, Cherry Hill. Yeah, but let's talk about the slang. Ba- uh, People in DC, their favorite word is called by the Bama. That Bama ass nigga. Uh, People in DC are they're more like slicker. They're more, but they also more work oriented because it's like government. So people in DC, like I said, you got White House, Pentagon. The jobs are better in DC. Uh, Cost of living is way higher in DC than in Baltimore. Okay, so like let's say a one bedroom condominium in Northeast DC can run you like $300,000, one bedroom. Baltimore is way cheaper to live than Washington D.C. That's why a lot of people left from D.C. and went to Baltimore because they started running people out of D.C. with the higher cost of living. Baltimore word is yo. That used to be the Baltimore word right there. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, John Claude? So Baltimore slang was yo. Everywhere you go, yo, yo, yo. What's up, yo? DC don't say yo like Baltimore. Um, Baltimore has light rails. I used to catch the Amtrak. You can catch the Amtrak from Baltimore and go straight to DC. Washington D.C. has the worst traffic you ever seen in your life. Worse than New York. I don't know about California, but on the East Coast, ain't no traffic worse than Washington D.C. Because you got the BWI, Baltimore Washington Parkway, 495. All these highways trying to get into. They're like an octopus. Everybody trying to get in one place, and that traffic is horrendous. Don't let it rain or snow. It could take you an hour to go 10 miles. Yeah, DC definitely got the worst traffic. Um, both places got bad cities. Like DC, Southeast DC, ain't no joke. Now back in the '90s, Washington used to be the murder capital. That's when crack came out. Washington wasn't no joke. Uh, but they both got bad neighborhoods. I mean, then you got the look at the Wire. The Wire is like a documentary for Baltimore. It's pretty much was like that. But what else? They both got the red light district. The Baltimore got the block. That used to be the spot. I haven't been there in a while, but the block. But when we was coming up, that was the spot. You go to Baltimore. You head straight to the block. The block was like the red light district. That's where all your strip clubs and all the crazy, all like the strip clubs was right there, and they used to have live girls spinning. You used to go to Baltimore and talk to the live girl. They would be spinning around the table. Yeah, Baltimore had the block. That's a red light district, but it's actually about 3 blocks, but it's called the block. That's the red light district. That was in Baltimore. And the weird thing about that, you had the block and the police station right beside the block. So right, so imagine that all the strip clubs and stuff, and then you got the police station there. That's Baltimore. DC used to have 14th Street. 14th Street used to be the spot in DC. Long, it was long as hell, but it was like nothing. But that's where all the ladies of the night would be on 14th Street in DC. And man, and it's long too. 14th Street is long, and you see them but prostitutes all down 14th Street. Funny thing is, you would see limos pulling up with all these looking like politicians picking up girls. And back in the '90s, that's when Bill Clinton was the president. So you know what he was doing? He was partying with playing the saxophone, and you had Mayor Barry. Yeah, DC was wild in the '90s. So yep, trying to think of what else. In the DC, think about Baltimore and DC. Baltimore is more the food. Baltimore got the inner harbor. So if you like crabs, all that's right there, man. They got the crabs, got the inner harbor. Baltimore is more diverse because you got little Italy, and you got like the Italians, and you got blacks. They say boys and Dundalk. Baltimore is more of like a diverse town, where DC is like mostly black. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But back in the '90s, in DC and Baltimore, people don't get along. It's funny. I mean, people in DC and don't like Baltimore. People in Baltimore don't like DC. Back in the '90s, they was taking each other out. Somebody from DC better not go to Baltimore and try to sell some drugs. They was gonna get lit up. Yeah, Baltimore ain't no joke. Wasn't no joke back in the '90s. Still ain't no joke. DC too. But yeah, but DC has more. DC, like I say, Washington DC has more. That's where the money at. So two different towns, man. Two different towns. Baltimore is more. They're more of Timberland, jean wearing town. DC more of a dressier town because the politicians. You know, Northeast got a lot of. You got Northeast. That's where all the rich money at. Then you go out in Southeast. And you talk about the counties. Now, DC got PG County, and you got Largo, Maryland. The Largo, Maryland is one of the richest, like black people. Largo, Maryland is one of the richest. How can I say? Richest places for black people. It's Largo. It's PG County and PG County, Largo. A lot of rich black folks live in Largo. Uh, but then you can drive straight out of PG County and go straight into the city of DC. Keep going down I think it's Central Avenue, and that run you in the southeast. Southeast now, that's where Marvin Gaye is from. As far as entertainers go, I think DC got way more entertainers that came out of DC. Martin Lawrence, well, Silver Spring, Martin Lawrence, Dave Chappelle, Earthquake, a lot of people come out of DC. A lot of comedians, Pierre, that guy Red. It's a lot of comedians come out of DC. A lot of people, man. I can't even name them all. Baltimore got Monique, but Oprah Winfrey started in Baltimore. Yeah, she used to do the news. That's where she blew up at. She used to have this show called People Are Talking. So it was Oprah Winfrey and a white guy named Richard Sher. She started in Baltimore. But DC had Howard Stern. Howard Stern started in DC 101. Yeah, he was a radio jock. You had Howard Stern and you had Greaseman, Minnelli. They was both on the radio and they both was funny. But Howard Stern started in DC. Robin Quivers came from DC. I think she used to work at NSA. And what's her name? That other lady. She's pretty funny. Can't think of her name now. But yep. Now Baltimore had, but a lot of people don't realize this. Babe Ruth is from Baltimore. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, Babe Ruth, his house is still there, well, his apartment. Cause he's born like in the 1800s. It's like a row house. But right near Camden Yards. So you got the sports team. Baltimore got the Ravens and they got the Orioles. Of course, DC got the Washington Redskins. I'm gonna still call them the Redskins. And the Washington Senators. Yeah. As far as athletes go, I don't know. That's a coin toss. Drew Hill came from Baltimore, from Drew Hill Park. It's the group Drew Hill. So yeah, Baltimore and DC, two totally different towns, man. Yep. 25 miles apart. It's like night and day. DC got seafood too. And you go to DC, they got the wharf. And the wharf is like, you go to the wharf and they got a lot of stuff, a lot of seafood. You can walk around the wharf, man, and they got all kind of stuff. Seafood, crabs, lobster, shrimp. Yeah. Like I say, Baltimore has the Inner Harbor. Baltimore County you got Anne Arundel County, which borders Baltimore City. Come out of Baltimore City, you're in Anne Arundel County. You got Brooklyn right there in Baltimore. That's South Baltimore. Then you hit Anne Arundel County. Anne Arundel County is like the suburbs of Baltimore. Glen Burnie. That's one of the what's that? Glen Burnie. Now Glen Burnie got one of the longest highways. Glen Burnie is one highway. I forgot the name of the highway. Shh, you shut up, Zoe. I'm not talking to you. Yeah, Glen Burnie has a highway that's real long. I can't think of the name of it. But yeah, and people talk about the DMV. DMV stands for DC, Maryland, Virginia. Now, Baltimoreans don't call themselves. They don't really think of themselves as DMV. And it's funny, right? I know people from Baltimore, right, that never left the city. Never. They never left. People, I'm gonna tell you something. People in Baltimore. If you go out of Baltimore, that's the country. What? What do you want? I'm talking. Yeah, people in Baltimore. You leave. I know people that never left Baltimore City. They've been there their whole life. If you tell them, if you say like, "Oh yeah, where was you at? I went to Columbia." Oh, you was in the country. Yeah, but Columbia is really nice in Maryland. That's closer to Baltimore. Yeah, but what? Huh? Can't. I'm trying to touch on some things, some other things about DC and Baltimore that's different. People definitely different though, man. You wouldn't think. What? So anyway, guys, that's a little different between Baltimore and DC. The nightlife in Baltimore, like I said, back in the day was the block, and I used to ride motorcycles, so I used to be in the gang, man. So on a good night, so we be flying. We go to Baltimore. We would go to Bal. Oh yeah, that's another thing. How you say Baltimore? It's Baltimore. Baltimore. Now some white people say Baltimore. It was how you say Baltimore? How y'all say Baltimore? Baltimore. But it's Baltimore. But anyway, we would leave Baltimore and go on our bikes and fly down the Beat Up Parkway and go from Baltimore to DC. And like I said, they got 14th Street, and DC got 14th Street. And we used to hang out. We hang out 14th Street at 2 in the morning, man, and head back to Baltimore, and hit the block. And it used to be a restaurant called Crazy John's. The Baltimore used to have a restaurant called Crazy John's. That used to be the spot back in the day. Crazy John's right there on the block. You go there and get you a man. We used to get them chicken sandwiches, put that hot sauce on there. Yeah, but Crazy John's was right there on the block, and that used to be the spot, man. You could just go to Crazy John and see all kind of wild stuff. All the strippers would come in there, and ladies of the night would come in there. Yeah, Crazy John's used to be the spot, man, back in the day. And my girl used to live on Fayette Street. Fayette, that's West Baltimore. West Baltimore is my spot, man. But yeah, my mom used to live in D.C. U Street. Yeah, but like I said, I got a lot of family both of them places, man. I had cousins used to play with. Yeah, let's get to the music real quick. Now of course, DC got go go. DC got their own style. Go go. Yes, sir. Yep. I had a cousin used to play with Trouble Funk. And I mean, DC, that go go music ain't no joke. Baltimore, Baltimore copy more New York. They play that fast. They used to play that fast stuff. But Baltimore kind of fashioned themselves more of New York. DC got his own style with that go-go music, that drum beat, boom, that heavy drum beat. They're not really into rap like that. They more into go-go. Baltimore probably more into rap than DC is. But Baltimore had their own style too. It was like fast music. But yep. So anyhow, PG County police used to they was like LAPD. That thing used to be shoot first, ask questions later. PG County police. Baltimore police. Oh, they got their hands full, man. Anyway, watch that show The Wire. That's one of the best shows on TV. It's old now, but still, that's like a documentary. It's just like it was just like that. Um, I think DC got more women than men. It used to be like 7 women to every 1 man in DC. Yep. So anyway, guys, I figured I'd just make this video because I thought it was pretty interesting. I seen some other guy talking about the difference between Baltimore and Washington, D.C. It's definitely a difference. You know, you got to pick your sides. All right. Have a good day. I'm out.